Hey guys, I want to make a different video on Dubai today. Instead of just talking about how you can come here and save money because there's no income tax, or talk about just sun and sand, which is what Dubai is known for and has been very well branded and attracted thousands and millions of tourists over the last 10, 20, 30 years, I want to talk about how Dubai is an amazing place to call home. It's a place where you can now start investing in your and your family's future. Today, this video, in a mini series of videos on Dubai, is going to talk about how Dubai has invested billions in its infrastructure for you, your family, and your future generations to enjoy. Let's go on a tour. Hey guys, okay, so the first place I want to give you a tour of and show you the massive infrastructure, the community, the master plan community that Dubai has to offer is downtown Dubai. Now, downtown Dubai, almost everybody's heard about it because you've got the tallest building in the world here, Burj Khalifa. I'm going to quickly pan and show you that now. My cameraman's going to show you. Okay, I'm standing somewhere in the middle of not Burj Khalifa, I'm actually standing some place called Souk Al Bahar, which is kind of like a mini shopping center with the old Arabesque theme. But that's not what I want to show you. I want to show you the actual community. But before I take you into the community, I want to share with you a little history about downtown, okay? Look, downtown's built by Emaar. Emaar is the preeminent developer, if not just in Dubai, but the entire region, perhaps competes with the best across the world, okay? But Emaar is partially government owned, and Emaar's vision is aligned with Dubai's vision, which is to put Dubai on the map, create those value-driven communities that attract the world both as tourists and for people to come here, live, play, and invest in their future. And that's what they did with downtown Dubai. Now, downtown Dubai, essentially speaking, started taking shape about 20 odd years ago, okay? When it was master planned and then slowly and gradually started building. Then the masterpiece, the centerpiece of the master plan community, which is Burj Khalifa, was built and delivered in 2010, January 4, 2010. But before that, in 2008, the region's largest mall, which is Dubai Mall, if you can just show that, was built. And obviously you can see Burj Khalifa there. And they've also got another centerpiece over here, that's the Opera House, okay? But what essentially Emaar did with this community is putting these centerpieces like the Burj Khalifa, the tallest tower in the world, Dubai Mall, the Opera House. What it allowed Emaar to do was to build property and essentially sell it around the downtown area, right? So we've got tons of towers that provide you with all kinds of good essential living. Some of them are ultra luxurious, some of them are fairly okay. Some of them that are not done by Emaar are okay quality, but you know, people sometimes even use those for a good investment opportunity. So the point I want to make with the tour of downtown is to give you an essential idea of what it is if you were living in Dubai. Even if you weren't living in downtown, because you might choose not to live in downtown, what it would feel like if you were in Dubai. And I'm going to give you a tour. And what you need to understand is all these buildings that you see around the downtown area, they're actually on the main boulevard. When I drive around, I'll show you exactly how the boulevard is shaped and what it feels like if you were living here. Let's go for a tour. So one of the centerpieces of downtown is Dubai Mall. What you're going to see on the right, if this Ferrari can figure out where he's going, because this car is behind me. It looks like somebody who's new to the country, but that's okay. We welcome all Ferraris and people who drive Ferraris, and that's perfectly fine in Dubai, okay? So Dubai Mall, which if my memory serves me right, which was launched in 2008. I remember correctly, it was 2008 Eid time when it was launched, and it makes a centerpiece as an attraction for downtown. And what you need to understand, there are at least four or five buildings which are connected to Dubai Mall. So all the Address hotels are connected. So Address Boulevard, Address Skyviews, Address Dubai Mall, Address Downtown. They're all connected to Dubai Mall. Then there are buildings such as Address Fountain Views is connected. Then Downtown Views 1, Downtown Views 2 is connected to Dubai Mall. And essentially speaking, what Emaar is able to do, leverage off this massive mall, which is 1,200 plus shops. It's what it's basically able to do is leverage off that and able to sell a ton of property. And a lot of people from Saudi Arabia, locally, people who like to shop. Essentially speaking, Dubai is a place where it gets hot. So, malls is one of those things that you do to cool off, right? So essentially speaking, Emaar is able to sell tons of property, and it's not a bad value proposition. It's an extremely good, well thought out value proposition, connecting all these buildings to Dubai Mall. Here we're going to enter downtown. I'll give you a little bit of a tour, and you can see on my left side, that's Address Fountain Views. That was built and came onto the market about 2 years ago, I think, approximately 2 years ago. And people are living, and you can see this, if you can see this screen right in front, that connects Address Fountain Views to the left. It connects to Dubai Mall to the right. So essentially speaking, that's a walkway in the middle, okay? And as I go around the boulevard, what you're going to see is there are shops. So the boulevard, actually, nighttime, the video would not be very productive. You wouldn't be able to see a lot of the downtown infrastructure, but nighttime it comes out very live. There's a lot of lights in the trees, It reminds me of Montreal or Toronto downtown, but you can see there's a lot of shops down below, the retail space below below each of the buildings. After Address Fountain Views, so on my left is Address Fountain Views. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a famous Turkish influencer chef called Cousin Burak. He's got his premium restaurant in Dubai. He opened about a year ago. He does very well. You can almost always see lineups outside. After the Address Fountain Views on the left, I'm going to show you something very unique, okay? By the way, on the right, you can see Address Dubai Mall. I think this is, so I always get confused between Address Dubai Mall and Address Downtown. These were the first two addresses that were built as hotels. They're 5-star hotels, but you can actually buy an apartment here and actually live there. They're beautifully well taken care of. There's fully serviced apartments. After Address Fountain Views, I hope we are able to actually make it. Yeah, I'm going to show you something very unique after the Address Fountain Views, okay? I'm going to show you something. On the left now is Old Town, okay? You look at this. These are low-rise, I think ground plus 4, ground plus 6 in some cases, residential buildings that were released and handed over back in 2010, I think, or 2011 or 12, very early on. If in downtown and you wanted to live in downtown in a low-rise, it's got a Yemeni, Arabic look and feel to it, then Old Town is the place to be. And you know, as you can see, there's tons of retail shops downstairs, you know, different kinds of retail. That's called Karak House, that's Copasta. Lots of people trying their hand at running restaurants, you know. Sometimes they succeed. That's fine. Sometimes they succeed, sometimes, you know, it's a gamble. This on my left is the Vida Hotel. By the way, this is the first Vida Hotel, and this is the Vida Residences, okay? Vida Residences. The reason that you should know about these is, essentially speaking, it's the same thing, right? Dubai Emaar was able to build the Dubai Mall, the Opera House, and the Burj Khalifa as centerpieces to this community, and then they were able to deliver different kinds of buildings in different price ranges for the benefit of everybody, to, essentially speaking, benefit, okay? I'm gonna actually, right after this traffic signal goes green, I'm going to take you into a very special area of downtown. And it's special for some reasons. I'm going to tell you about it just a little bit. I'm going to take you into the early launches. What we speak about launch, we mean property launch. I'm going to explain to you an area of downtown that was launched really early, even before the Burj Khalifa was finished. These buildings were launched. They're called the residences. The residences, they run from 1 to 8, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm going to explain to you the not the benefit, just a little bit of a history around those towers. So hang on with me. Come on. Right, the boulevard's fairly well managed, generally speaking. The traffic signals are fairly well timed. One of the things that Dubai does, it uses computerized systems to make sure that the traffic signals are timed according to the amount of traffic that each side generally experiences. And they've got live sensors on the road, so that if traffic in one side increases for whatever reason may have you, they will actually make automated adjustments to the traffic signals. Yeah, okay, so these here are the residences. If you can see, this is the residences 8 that we're passing by, okay? This is the residences 8, as I've just shown you. And then this is the residences 5. And what I'm going to show you is right between the residences 5 and 8, there's a little small park. I'm going to show you the little small park. Now, the way Emaar has done this is Old Town has a similar looking hotel called the Palace on one side, and then Souk Al Bahar. And you can see that there's like a park. I can't take you into the park at the moment because I want to drive quickly. But you know, you can Google it. It's called Burj Park. It's a small little park that's really good for viewing the fireworks on 31st December. Kids can come out and play. People can come out and walk over here. And the good thing, not the good thing, but an interesting fact about these buildings, as I showed you, was when these buildings were launched, the full Burj Khalifa view apartments were launched, I think, between 1 to 2 million dirhams, okay? And those prices, once the Burj Khalifa was ready, went up to 5 million. And then, you know, market kind of cooled down and came down to 3.5 million. But essentially speaking, people saw price increases of 3 times once Burj Khalifa was ready. Obviously, it takes some guts, right? I say kudos to the ones who took the I'm not going to say gamble, but kudos to the ones who had the courage to invest into these properties before Burj Khalifa was born and finished, or it was conceived but it hadn't started, right? And who knew that Burj Khalifa was going to be this iconic tower? Yes, we knew that it was going to be the world's tallest, but who knew it was going to be iconic and beautiful? Like, I know some people, I've rarely ever met somebody who says that they don't like the Burj Khalifa. Generally speaking, everybody likes it. I never get tired of looking at it. It's one of those things that you can continue to look at and you don't get bored. I don't know if it's just me or it's you as well. So here we continue the tour of downtown. You can see there's other buildings over here. Obviously, I took you into a little bit of a alleyway or a nook to show you those early buildings that were launched. But now you can actually see some of the more newer developments. On the right, I think, oh yeah, that's the Opera House. Next to the Opera is the Address Opera, and then the Grande. On my left here, under construction, this is Burj Crown. This one's Burj Crown. And then that's Forte. Okay, that's Forte. Quite a big tower, actually, quite nice. And the ones that you see over there, those are the Lofts building, and they're older buildings. And the one that you see right behind with the ship on top, that's the Address Sky Views. Can you see that? Can you see that, Deborah? Not that one, not that one, that one. The Address Sky View, of course, it's a little bit difficult to see from here. And the funny looking windows in front of that, that's Burj Vista. Okay, so we're gonna be coming to a little bit of an end to our tour shortly after this traffic signal. I'll show you where the entrance of Burj Khalifa is, generally speaking, so you'll have an idea. Okay, on your right, there's the lovely Van Cleef and Arpels. Obviously, you need to take your wife shopping there, or maybe just place a deposit of some millions of dollars so that she can go shopping if you want. Okay, so downtown, generally speaking, does not have tons of what do you call this? They don't have tons of I'm trying to get the word. Downtown does not have tons of commercial and office space. This is the entrance to the Burj Khalifa. As you can see, Burj Khalifa is the main, obviously, centerpiece attraction. And after this, I'm not going to go further down because there's more traffic. So, but it's because, and the few, those are boulevard plazas. Those two are commercial towers right there. Okay, those are commercial towers. And let's end the tour of downtown Dubai. Okay guys, so thanks for watching. My name again is Fahd Dawood. I've been doing this for 14 plus years. I started in 2006 in Toronto, Canada, and since 2007 I've been doing this in Dubai. I generally talk about real estate, your life, my life, and our path to allowing financial bliss coming to us. If you want to work with me, such as buy a property in Dubai, or you need general advice, you can hit me up on in the contact form below. If you've liked this video, I'd appreciate if you subscribe, press the bell icon and hit the like button and share it with other friends. Ciao for now.